Hey friend, in this video I'm going to let you know how we've been getting on, living full-time aboard a slowly rusting boat, watching our finances dwindle as I try to design, develop and showcase the game development journey of future indie smash hit Control Yourself. So strap in, grab a mug of tea and let me tell you how we got here. Have you ever wanted to quit that rat race? Live a nomadic life, moving from place to place, seeing the country, all whilst also doing your dream job? Well, we have, and last year the wife and I finally took the plunge. We left the house we'd lived in for 30 years and moved aboard a rusty old narrowboat. We untied the mooring ropes and set off on adventures new. I've been a professional game developer all my life, and that is a long time now. And I've always nurtured a dream that one day I could make a cool video game completely on my own and make it a success. During my game developer life, my favourite times professionally have been when working on a small team. My last full-time role was as lead programmer at Jumpship, where I helped create the award-winning game Somerville. I was actually the first person hired for Jumpship by the founders Dino and Chris. For the most part, this was one of the best jobs I've ever had. The first few years in particular, it was brilliant fun. Initially, we were a small team with just a single member for each discipline of code, design, art, animation and audio, and spent our time prototyping new game ideas. We moved around various small offices in Guildford area as we looked for the ideal creative environment, but sadly during this time the COVID pandemic happened. Our cool office vibe was shut down and we were all sent off to work from home. This proved to be a tough time. Though we managed to ship the game to some good critical reviews, the process for me had been very hard. By this time I was pretty burned out by the whole experience. So after Somerville I left Jumpship and the wife and I decided now was the time to take the plunge.
So here we find ourselves a few years later, bobbing about on a narrowboat somewhere in England. You find us having just left the lovely marina of Cowroast in Hertfordshire, where we were temporarily moored over winter. Let me tell you a little about the history of our floating game development palace. The boat is 68 foot long, nearly 20 years old and weighs over 20 tons. The boat is named Horik after a Viking king, so I guess that makes the boat a him. It started its life as part of the Viking holiday boat fleet up in Worcester and came in a fetching mix of yellow and maroon. It was a bit rusty and shabby in parts from many years of service, but nothing that a bit of elbow grease and a lick of paint couldn't fix. As a holiday boat, it spent a lot of its time being badly driven around the canals of Worcester, judging by the dents all over its hull. Now it spends its time being badly driven on the rest of the canals all over England. We bought Horik mid-COVID during the first gap in lockdown. At this time I still had commitments to Jumpship and finishing Somerville, so we couldn't just take off. Instead we took the time to spend the odd night aboard and fix him up over the weekends, removing all the rust and giving him a full fresh repaint. We also added everything else needed to make it possible to live and work afloat. He's still got all his dents, but at least these have been lovingly covered up with some new paint. Horik also got a slight name extension to become Horik the Snail. To support game development, one of the main improvements we did was to the electrics. Whilst cruising, we are not connected to the power grid, so we rely on a battery pack for all our electrical power needs. We upgraded the old lead-acid batteries to LiFePO and also installed an array of solar panels. As long as we get a few hours of sunshine a day, we have enough power to run all our electrical products. My Lenovo laptop is ideal for boat life, as it has a special low power mode. In this mode it draws a fraction of its usual power, but still allows me to edit documents or watch YouTube, for example. So when not actually playtesting my game, I can switch back to low power mode if I need to eke out the boat's battery power. The game itself has some parallels with boating. The game action takes place on a large metal craft that's floating around in space. And rather than narrowboats, the craft are spaceships, and our hero isn't human but a small robot whose role in life is that of an emergency worker sent out on rescue missions. Our hero is a joystick controlled robot going by the name Joybot or JB. What do you think? Any better suggestions? I'm not too convinced about the name yet. Our story starts with JB being sent to investigate a newly returned ship that was long since thought to have been destroyed and lost forever. JB's craft has come across the stricken vessel and must venture alone deep inside to unravel what calamity befell the ship inhabitants. The game is controlled in a different way to the normal action game. Moving a thumbstick on the controller will move one of JB's hands around. You don't move JB directly around, instead you move JB's hands. grabbing and pulling things that are in the environment, which enables JB to naturally climb. JB chooses to move around by grabbing the control for their legs and yanking this around. This leads to some unique gameplay where the player can use interactions in a really analogue way. JB is now free to pick things up, run around, climb in the environment and get blown up. Better luck next time, JB. So if you have a computer of some sort and you think this sounds interesting, I'd really love for you to give the demo a try out. I've created a browser version of the demo over on itch.io, so you don't even have to install anything. So that's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching this far. If you've liked what you've seen, then please give this video a thumbs up. That would help the channel immensely, and if you want to see more videos about making a solar powered indie game on a narrowboat, then please subscribe to the channel. In an upcoming video I'm going to be revealing a way that you can get even more involved with the game if you want. As a tease, it has something to do with skeletons and the dead crew. Bye.